On today's show.
Is it time to panic yet about the struggling Warriors? And how will Luc Mbah a Moute's injury impact the Rockets?
Is it a big deal that LeBron's playing in all 82 games? Does Westbrook steal boards from his teammates?
And Donovan Mitchell's hoodie gets the internet a-buzzing in a brand new meme team.
It's Wednesday, April 11th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to The Starters, presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. Whether you're joining us live right now on NBA TV, watching later on YouTube, maybe listening to the podcast, doesn't matter. We're happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tess Mellis.
Thank you for joining us.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Lily.
And last, certainly not least, wearing Supreme for the third day in a row because he's a baller. It's Trey Kirby. Hey, yo, TK, what's up, man?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at hashtag the starters. And guys, what a night we have on deck for tonight, the last night of the regular season. Nuggets and Timberwolves, obviously the big game. The winner of that one goes to the playoffs. That all happens right here on NBA TV at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also, Russell Westbrook is just 16 rebounds away from averaging a triple-double for the second straight season. Unbelievable. We've also got 24 teams in action tonight, so there are bound to be some random performances, aka the Game 82 All-Stars. And yeah, there's a merge on Survivor tonight, Skeetsy. What a night. But guys, what's the best part of the night? Well, we want you to hit up our Twitter page at The Starters, where you can vote in a poll of that very question. What's the best part of tonight? Nuggets Wolves, Westbrook, the Game 82 All-Stars, or yeah, the Survivor merge. I mean, what is Donovan gonna do? I guess only time will tell. Anyways, hit up our Twitter page at The Starters. Get your votes in. We'll check the results a little bit later.
All right, get your votes in. Yes, there is a guy named Donathan on Survivor.
Donovan Mitchell?
No, not Donovan
Rookie of the
Mitchell.
year, Donovan.
But we're going to talk about Donovan Mitchell's rookie hoodie. We'll talk about Andre Ingram's inspiring debut with the Lakers. We got a new meme team. And later on, Tass, for the first time in Starters history, gets
We'll
the
eat
pie
pie.
to the face. No, like the Mrs. Doubtfire Challenge. Every April we do this. The loser of the Pick'em Battle, the short month of April, gets a pie to the face. Last year we had the epic double splat, and then you got to drop. Oh, hello.
That's part of it.
And the
Cannot
Pie Man
wait.
is back, Tass. Oh, Creepy Pie Man is back. And he's
Hi, man.
doing that. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that looks appealing.
So, yeah, later in the show, Tass gets that to the face. Let's start with a little Is This News? You know how this works. Trey has rounded up some recent NBA headlines, going to pitch them to us, and we'll debate whether or not they're actually newsworthy. Trey, take it away.
Our first headline comes from the Salt Lake Tribune. Blowout loss to the Jazz shows the Warriors have lost their aura of invincibility. Is this news?
That sounds like an opinion, not news, but is it true?
Yeah, they're not invincible.
Yeah.
It might be news for the next couple days, but it will not be news once the postseason starts. This team knows how hard it is to get to 4 straight NBA Finals. It's just not done that much in the NBA.
Yep.
Only 3 teams have done it since Bill Russell's Celtics in the 60s. So at some point this season, you know, when they're comfortable with their seeding, they said, let's put it into neutral a little bit because we won 58 games, which is a heck of an accomplishment. Only 2 other teams have done that this year in the NBA, won more than 58. And a lot of teams win championships at the 58 win mark. So no, they
You're
told
not
us.
concerned
No,
at
they
all.
told us this year that they weren't going to be as intense. Draymond Green said coming into the season, we know that this season is long. We are not going to have that intensity level ratcheted up to that 73 win mark. We got to chill out, and that's what they're doing right here. I'm not concerned at all.
Yeah, I mean, they need Steph Curry back, though,
Sure.
as soon as possible, and he's likely to miss that first round, which Steve Kerr has alluded to. But they certainly haven't looked as sharp and as polished as they have in years gone by. But part of that could be fatigue as well. They've played, 3 seasons, the last 3 seasons they've gone to the finals, so they know that 73-9 season counted for nothing in the end because they couldn't win the championship. And as you're pointing to there, Tass, they know that they don't need to go full throttle the entire regular season. They only need to get through the regular season. They've got home court advantage. The only time they won't have it is if they face the Rockets. Other than that, they're going to be fine.
And the Raptors in the finals.
And the
Raptors in the finals.
But I wouldn't be concerned yet. I think they have got the ability to turn it on and to turn it off. The only slight concern, and Steve Kerr has alluded to it a little bit, is defensively they've slipped a lot, and he wanted to see a bit more focus. You saw last night he said he wanted a better effort against the Jazz. I didn't really get it, but he also kind of just sort of dismissed it at the end of the game.
Hey,
as well.
did the Dubs maybe sort of slyly throw that game last night too? I know the Utah Jazz are amazing, but I mean, the Dubs helped their chances of not seeing Utah in the first round. Utah has given them problems. They're a great team. They're an awesome defensive team. By losing that game last night, they're not going to see them now. Maybe there was some little gamesmanship there. I'm with you guys. I think Zillard said it best on SB Nation, though. We all know they're going to flip the proverbial switch. They're going to, crank up their intensity. They're going to play better, play smarter. But is that still going to be enough against the competition in the West, which is a lot better, especially the Rockets? The Rockets will be, if they see them, the best team they've seen in the last couple of years going through the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. So, yeah, they'll do that, but will that be enough? And will Curry be all right when he comes back? But for the most part, no one sounds all that concerned.
No.
And the Jazz are awesome. That's the other part of this. They're really incredible, and they were playing for something as well.
Yeah, and listen, the defense is a concern because teams just can't do that year in and year out, and that's why only the Heat, earlier this decade, and the Celtics and Lakers of the 80s are the only teams that went to 4 straight finals other than Bill Russell's, Celtics.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up that intensity level. But at their best, I still think they are the best team in the league.
All right, Trey, what's the next one?
All right, our next headline comes from CBS, and it reads, Donathan is ready for the merge. Oh, CBS Sports, it reads, LeBron James is 1 game away from playing a full 82-game season for the first time in his 15-year career. Is this news?
Yeah, this is news.
Really?
It is.
I mean,
He's never done it
NBA.com. Just because he's never
Well,
done
this
it
is
before,
why I think it's
newsworthy?
important. I think it's actually a good reflection of the league, and I think the head office would be happy to know that they've stretched the season out a little bit. They've gotten rid of as much as possible the back-to-backs on 4 and 5 nights. If it's good enough for LeBron in his 15th season to play 82 games, I think that sends a signal to the rest of the league that the league expects everyone else to be able to do it as well.
Well, come
And
on, be honest here. Why is LeBron playing the last couple of weeks here? Because his team is still trying to lock up a playoff position.
But he could easily have
And
taken 1 or 2 games off. I mean, he could easily take tonight off as well. They only played in New York the other day.
And because I think he's helping his MVP case as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it should? That's the question to me.
No, I think James Harden wins, but at the same time, I think it's news for his team because he has been the rock for his team when there's 17 different iterations of this team going to the bench, losing a coach, a blow up of the team with trades, a lot of drama. But this guy has been the rock. So for his team, I think it is news, but. For his legacy, for people who look at his legacy.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's nothing.
Who cares?
I mean, he's played in 81 games, so what's one more game? He's played in 80 games.
And what
he's
his
played in 79 3 times. He's been extremely resilient. That is his calling card.
Yeah.
He has been extremely resilient, but we look back, Jordan
He always-
did it a billion.
Yeah, Jordan, that's exactly right. His legacy, LeBron's legacy, is always going to be compared to Jordan's, and that's fine. Jordan did this 9 times. So LeBron's going to add 1 to it, and suddenly, he did it. At least he did it. In this article, there was a part that angered me from Chris Barnwell, this article we're sharing. He wrote, someone like LeBron has to play all 82 at least once, so nobody can ever question his stamina. What? He's one of the most consistent superstars of all time. He's trying to go to the finals for the 8th consecutive year. That's crazy.
Someone would compare the resumes,
Well,
though,
those
of
are
Jordan and LeBron and say,
stupid
Jordan did it 9 times.
That is ridiculous.
People would do that.
That's just the silliest thing. I mean, there's so many other things you can compare the two. Is it going to come down to the fact that
Don't ever
he
go on
maybe
Twitter
didn't
then
play
and try
82?
to find out the
give me a
difference
break.
again.
Not news, not news. Awesome that he's doing it, but not news. Trey, what's the next one?
I think this final headline from ESPN might be news, actually.
Okay.
Luke Mbamute likely out for first round of playoffs with dislocated shoulder. Guys, that sounds like news.
Yeah, it
this
is.
This is a concern to me if I'm the Houston Rockets because this is the second time he's popped that shoulder out. And they're saying he's going to miss the first round, which is around 2 weeks, around 7 games if it goes the full distance. Well, he missed 15 games that first time around, which is 2 rounds of the playoffs to me. He's an underrated part of their team.
Yeah.
Doesn't do all that much in the box score, but defensively he's very, very important.
Plays 1 through 4 defensively.
He can
play a lot of
switch,
guys,
he can switch, he's rebound. He's one of those guys, give him the 3-pointer, he's going to knock it down. So I think the Rockets are going to miss him. And this is a real bummer to them just going into the playoffs right now because they've been pretty good all season.
Yeah, they signed him and PJ Tucker to play along Chris Paul, James Harden, and Clint Capella to play against the death lineup of the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
Because it's those 3. And these 2 guys, Mbamute and PJ Tucker, who can play both offense and defense. Coming into the season, they had guys like a Ryan Anderson or Eric Gordon who are, could play on the wing a little bit, but we're more offensively focused. And I think Daryl Morey said to Mike D'Antoni, I'm going to get you a couple guys who can do both. A little offense and a little defense. He is underrated. He can play, as you said, all those positions. Hopefully he's back for the second round. And, D'Antoni said after the game right away that it isn't as severe as last time.
Yeah. But
So,
the thing is with shoulders, I'm not a doctor, but once they pop out once, if you don't get it fixed properly, they tend to pop out more often.
You saw it there last night.
Yeah.
It'd take a whole lot for it
Yeah.
to pop back out there. Hopefully he's all right. I agree with you guys. instrumental, sort of like Andre Robertson a little bit, what he means defensively to the Thunder. Well, Muti's sort of right there coming off the bench, so we'll see. All right, quick break for you boys. When we return, we will discuss Donovan Mitchell's rookie hoodie and more in the Up Down Report. Come on back. Back with the starters, right into the up-down report. Let's see those thumbs on Twitter. Hashtag the starters, thumbs up or thumbs down. First one day after Ben Simmons essentially dismissed Donovan Mitchell's chances at Rookie of the Year. The Jazz rookie, he offered a not-so-subtle retort there by wearing the pregame hoodie, displaying the definition of the word rookie. Right there. Shots fired. Guys, are you up or down on Mitchell's rookie hoodie? People were loving this.
Oh,
Oh, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I'm just not into definition shirts. It looks like something you would buy on a spring break. Not to mention, the definition builds Ben Simmons' case. It says a guy who didn't play and who's playing his first season in a professional sport. Ben Simmons is playing his first season in a professional sport.
Yeah,
don't get it.
playing, I don't know. It's a bit of a loose term, I think. He got paid last year.
I haven't heard you say he played yet.
Well, he played.
Played and
He
paid.
played. Anyways, he's promoting learning. I'm cool with it. Good for him.
This league is the greatest. When that went out on Twitter last night, Twitter
That
just
was good.
lost it. It's
Yeah.
great. I just hope Ben Simmons now comes back with a that actually helped my case. Thanks, Donovan.
No, he says he's not wearing a hoodie.
Oh,
he
he's
won't be
not
showing
wearing
up
a
wearing
I
a
will
hoodie.
not wear a
All right,
hoodie.
Let's hear from you guys. Again, jump on Twitter. Next one, Russell Westbrook. He needs 16 rebounds tonight to finish with a triple-double average for the second straight year. But he is tired of the narrative that he's stealing rebounds in order to pad his stats. At shoot-around today, Russ told reporters, quote, "If you don't want the rebound, I'm going to get it. Simple as that." End quote. Guys, up or down on this idea, this whole thing of Westbrook padding his stats?
Yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs up.
He doesn't need to deny that he's doing it, and he's not the first player in NBA history who's done this. On the last day of the season in 1994, David Robinson scored 71 points in a game to win the scoring title over Shaq because they were having a rivalry at the time.
Disrespectful, I
The
say.
coach, Larry Brown, reportedly, I'm not sure if it's true, rumoredly said if any other players shoot on the team, they were going to get fined. So, I mean, the thing is, it's great. It's an incredible achievement by Russ to average a triple-double 1 year in 2 years. He just doesn't
So you would like Russ to just come out before the game tonight and say, I'm going
going
for
for it.
16
I'm
or
getting
17.
100 rebounds.
Otherwise,
Okay.
he wouldn't be playing against the Grizz.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I just think you can't ask Russ to slow down sometimes and speed up other times. That's how you get the best out of Russ. I mean, we talked about it last year when we thought that earlier this season, I should say that Russ was maybe not doing enough for his teammates, not moving enough off the ball, but that's just not Russ. I mean, he has to be the man at all times to get the most out of him.
And he made a good point in that sort of angry response that he was saying, was that it's very hard for a team to scout a guy grabbing a rebound and just going. It
Yeah.
really puts the Thunder at an advantage. Not to mention Steven Adams is great at boxing out. Plus Carmelo Anthony says, yeah, he definitely steals rebounds, but it's cool. Everybody's fine with it.
Last night, Klay Thompson came back into the game when the Warriors were down 30 to score 4 points to get his average to 20 points on the season. He came in, scored the points, and checked out. So, I mean, everyone does
Okay,
it. You know?
right. But people they zero in on Westbrook.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
yeah.
the whole idea of the triple of the year. I'd love to see Westbrook just go for 15 rebounds tonight and then check himself out.
I'm out of here.
Hopefully it rounds
just
up.
to shut up the haters. Just leave it at that 9.9 there. Yeah, you round up anyway. All right, final one here, guys. Dreams do come true. This is very cool. After a decade of playing in the D-League/G League, Andre Ingram, he played in his first NBA game last night. 32-year-old rookie. He put on a show. Finished with 19 points on 6 of 8 shooting. He had 3 blocks, 3 boards, a steal, an assist. It was unbelievable. Are you up or down, though, on the idea of the Lakers signing Ingram again? You know, we obviously had this 2-game deal here.
Who's going down? Who's going down on this one?
Come on.
Was this one of the coolest stories we've seen
awesome.
in the NBA in quite some time?
It is a wonderful story, and it's wonderful to have some gray hair in the league.
Oh, yeah.
I like
for
that.
sure.
I like that.
32-year-old rookie looks more like 42, I gotta say, but good on him.
That's why I always hold out hope. There's a chance.
That you're
There's a
gonna make it.
chance. Yeah.
How old are
You
you?
just never know. I'm a little north of 32, but, I'm still in reasonable shape.
Yeah, you got the shot. He had the shot too. That was the awesome thing, was he
Yeah.
came in. It wasn't like he was just playing. He
Yeah.
lit it up, and
Yeah.
he made his first however many shots. He was on fire. It was fun to watch. Maybe he comes back next year. Everybody needs shooters.
right.
Everybody needs gray hair.
And a great locker room guy. I'm
Yeah. Oh, he's unbelievable. All right, we gotta take a break. Lots more still to come on the show. Task's gonna get a pie to the face, of course. And after the jump, Jimmy Butler. He always knows where the camera is. New meme team next.
Starters is brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, official partner of the NBA.
Every week, we scour the internet to bring you the meme team, our favorite weird and wacky moments from the past 7 days. Let's do this.
At number 5, Lance Gonna Lance. He gets back on defense for this first attempt here.
Oh, huge!
But he stops moving. There was no whistle, my friend.
He's celebrating a great block, Tass.
He blocked Dwight. It was a cool block. And then post-game here, tossing out some T-shirts. He gets a security guard right in the head. He loves it.
Whoops.
Great shot.
Looks back at the camera.
Yeah.
We all know Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan are the best of friends. So much so that they're like Seth and Evan from Superbad.
I love you. I love you. I'm not even embarrassed to say it. I love you.
I'm not embarrassed.
Love you.
I love you.
I just love you. I just want to go to the rooftops and scream, I love my best friend.
It's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Boop, boop, boop.
At number 3, Steven Adams, always making us laugh. He is a hilarious fellow. He even made us laugh via his Instagram account because he takes the exact same photo while playing Fortnite.
Oh, he's good. He's winning a lot.
I guess so.
Always with a thumbs up. Must be a regional thing.
There you go.
Wow. Very solid Fortnite win. At number 2, Jimmy Butler. He's just internet gold. He always knows where the camera is, so he's always creating the perfect GIF or GIF, however you want to pronounce it. He's just amazing. Like, this is one of like 10 great Butler GIFs. Some classics when he was with the Bulls. Bruh. And maybe my favorite.
stare
Yeah.
down.
The lean-in stare down. You see it all the time on Twitter.
At number 1, it's rookie drama. In response to Ben Simmons saying he was definitely Rookie of the Year, Donovan Mitchell wore this sweater with the definition of rookie on it. An athlete playing in his first season as a member of a professional sports team. That's when Blake Griffin tweeted, bro, it was like 8 years ago. Oh, I get it. That happened to Blake too. Dictionary.com tweets. Yeah, they tweet, I guess. Let us know if you need the definition of played. Oh, the mashup of Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell.
Too weird.
That is a weird one. And the Greek Mamba tweeted, we know who the real Rookie of the Year is.
Yeah.
That's Andre Ingram, the 32-year-old Rook, putting it down for the Lakers on Tuesday night.
A true rookie right there in Ingram. All right, final break. When we come back, Tass gets his pick'em pie to the face.
Great.
Are you hungry? It's time for the NBA Culture Report presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. And look at this, Joel Embiid trying out the mask. Now, he's not playing tonight, he's just giving it a go during warm-ups. I don't think he's going to be allowed to wear that
they
in the
got banned.
playoffs because you're supposed to wear a clear mask, but man, that looks pretty cool.
Getting used to the mold, I guess.
Sure. All right, we asked you, what's the best part of tonight? There's so much going on. Is it the Nuggets-Wolves game? Yeah, it is. 74% of you say it is.
Blowout win.
Ahead of
there.
Westbrook Rebound Watch and Game 82 All-Stars and even Survivor, you crazy nuts. This game, Nuggets and Wolves coming on right after us, baby. Play, win, you're in. It's incredible. This is only the 6th time in NBA history that a game like this has occurred. So shout out to Doug Miller for flexing those scheduling guns and getting us this one.
This is NBA Survivor.
Nugs, Wolves, win or go home. Coming
April
up next. You're not
Madness.
changing the channel. This is must-watch television. Playoffs basically start tonight. Tomorrow, we'll just leave it on all day, all night, because the start is at 7 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV. Kristen Ledlow back to host the 5th Annual Starters Award Show. Always a blast. All right, Lily, very solid playtime. Where are we going?
We're going to Los Angeles to end the regular season VSPs with a beautiful boomerang from the Rockets. Chris Paul starts it and Chris Paul finishes it. Knocks it in there. That's a beauty. It's not a swish bomb, but here it is again. This is a netball play boomerang too. No one bounces it, doesn't hit the ground.
Yeah, very nice.
Just knocks it in. That's what I call a very solid play.
Very solid. You're going to be doing them during the playoffs? Of
course,
okay,
man.
Good. Too bad. All right. Well, it's now time for Tass to pay off his April Pick'em loss with a pie to the face.
There you go, Ricky.
Awesome
Oh, it's a good
There's
one.
a
It's a good
pie.
one. It's a good one, yeah.
You're going to be
Thanks.
standing for this, are you,
We're
Lee?
standing?
Yeah.
Didn't know you'd be doing that.
All right.
So it's
You were-
simple. Yeah, I'll count you down. It's very simple
Okay.
in April. You just get a pie to the face, then
Yeah.
you do the Mrs. Doubtfire challenge.
Yeah.
Cass knows the rules.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That made. Worth it. How's it taste? What do we got?
what a splat.
What are we working with?
Oh, I
Oh, no! One of my basketball digests copped it. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Basketball Digest! Oh, not Larry Bird!
This is the 88-89 preview. Now it's got Mrs. Doubtfire on it. Oh,
Why'd you put the pie so hard into his
I don't
face?
know.
That's so sad. That is
better?
so sad.
Who's
I
better,
got
Jerome
thick
Kersey
cream
Chuck?
on my face, and you're
that's
upset
right.
about a
That's-
basketball digest.
Okay.
You want to eat some of this?
What was it? What flavor are we talking?
Coconut creme. It's in my nostrils. It literally is in my nostrils.
Tomorrow's Thursday. We got a Starters Drop podcast. It's going to be all about the playoff previews. We'll go through all 8 series, make our predictions, break it down.
This guy's cleaning off his basketball
Lee's really
digest.
freaking out that his basketball digest from 1986 has coconut.
88-89 season,
Well,
please.
it's not even
come on.
that old then.
I literally thought I was getting a piece of paper towel brought over to me.
No.
And
You
this
can-
guy
all right,
guy
you can
grabs
have it.
it.
There you go,
No,
gee.
thanks. This is
Your face with the basketball.
This is
Larry
guy-
got some fans.
Oh,
on.
yes.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is.
Yeah, look at
this
your
is,
paper, read it.
This is Bobby and his girlfriend last night. Now, they bought tickets to the Jazz and the Warriors game thinking it was in Oakland because that's where they're from. It wasn't. It was in Utah. They went out of there anyway.
We also got a live fan sign from Jordan who says there's nothing better than a 30th B-Day play-in game. He's at Wolves Nuggets for his 30th birthday. Pretty exciting stuff.
Wow, that is unbelievable. Enjoy
Very
the game
solid
tonight.
age.
Not only if you're in attendance, but if you're watching here on NBA TV. Nuggets, Wolves, win, you get in. Predictions? I'm going
Home team.
I'm going Nuggets. We got Wolves.
Yeah, I'm going
a Nugget.
home. I'm going home.
All
too.
right, we're split here.
Take this paper towel. I'm not wiping this thing that had
Hang on,
dust
hang on.
from
Who do you
your,
think-
your childhood
He's
room
so
on,
concerned.
on
Who do you
my
think?
face.
Who do you think was better out of Jerome Kersey and Chuck Person?
Oh, Jerome Kersey.
Your
Kersey for
pages are
Kersey.
stuck
Jerome
together.
Kersey wins 83-82.
right, Enjoy the game tonight. We'll see you tomorrow with the Starting podcast. Embrace the people. Wow, that. Look at the monitor.